Welcome to 2022. I hope you all had a successful year on Amazon and in life. The only downside of being successful on Amazon is now you're going to have to pay taxes on what you earned last year. I'm no tax professional and I've never actually filed my own taxes, but I've been selling on Amazon for 3 years now and I do have a CPA. They tell me to pull certain reports so that way I can report my income, and I'll show you which reports you need to pull. Once you have all your documents gathered, you can either hire a CPA or try to do your taxes yourself. This isn't financial advice, but I do hope I can help you get ready for tax time. I personally use Inventory Lab to check all my income and expenses for my Amazon selling business. But if you don't currently use it, I will show you what reports you can pull off Amazon Seller Central and what you should be tracking on the side in order to have all this information available. If you're interested in signing up for Inventory Lab, I will try to leave an affiliate link down in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but Inventory Lab does give me a small commission if you sign up through my link. The first place we want to start is Seller Central in order to pull your 1099K. This is a tax document for people who sell on third-party platforms like Amazon, eBay, or many others. Amazon is required to provide this document if you do over $20,000 in gross sales and you have 200 or more transactions or orders. On Seller Central, you want to go over to this reports dropdown. At the very bottom, you'll see tax document library. Click on that. As I've mentioned, I've been selling on Amazon for 3 years now, so you can see 2019, 2020, and 2021 here. All you want to do is click download PDF over here, and then you'll have your 1099 available. Personally, because I'm using Inventory Lab for all my bookkeeping for my Amazon business, this is actually the only document I'm going to pull from Seller Central. The rest of the stuff I'm going to show you, you're going to have to be tracking manually throughout the last year in order to pull these reports. Let's go through the rest of what you'll need. I'll show you how I get it off Inventory Lab, and then I'll show you a rough idea how to get it off Seller Central. First thing we're going to want to get is your end of year inventory valuation. This shows your CPA what stock you had at Amazon's facilities at the very end of the year and what that inventory is worth. I believe this is an expense on your tax report, and it's going to show your cost of goods. Here on Inventory Lab, you want to go to the reports drop down. You want to go down to inventory evaluation, click on that. Then up in the top right corner, you want to change the date to December 31st, 2021. This will give you an exact quantity of stock you had at the end of the year, plus how much that stock cost. For me, you can see this total here of $741. Again, if you don't have Inventory Lab, hopefully you've been keeping track of your cost of goods over the past year. In order to pull a similar report from Seller Central, you want to go back under the reports dropdown on Seller Central. Then you want to click this button here that says fulfillment. On the fulfillment page, you want to go over to the left-hand side, click show more under inventory. Then you want to hit this monthly inventory history. You want to click the download so you can download it and send it over. You want to do your event month as last month because I'm doing this right now in January, so last month would be December. And then you request either the CSV or the text document. You can see here I had already previously downloaded it. Let's open up what I just downloaded from Seller Central to show you why this is more difficult than if you are using Inventory Lab. So you can see here it has a bunch of different information. It does have the items that you are selling. So what you're going to end up having to do is you want to insert a new column, and then you want to put your cost of goods for each item here. So hopefully you're either tracking your cost of goods in Excel somewhere, or you still have the receipts. So you have to go through, you want to add the cost of goods to each line item. Then you want to multiply by based on how much stock you have. Like this item has 6 units. And then that'll give you your total inventory valuation. As you can see, it's a lot more work than if you have something like Inventory Lab where it just spits out the number for you since it's keeping track of your expenses. The next report we're going to pull from Inventory Lab is your profit and loss statement. Again, similar to the last one, where if you're not using a system like this, then you are going to have to put in more work to get all the numbers in one place. But I'll show you how to do it both through Inventory Lab and through Seller Central. Over on Inventory Lab, similar to last one, you go up to reports, you go down to profit and loss. I'll bring up this page here. In the top right corner, you want to go to yearly and you want to pick 2021. So you can see here, it gives you your sales per month. It breaks it down by refunds, reimbursements, shipping credits. It gives you all your expenses like cost of goods, referral fees, closing fees, fulfillment fees. It gives you everything you're going to need to give to your CPA. You can see for the whole year, I got a total net profit of about $6,000. I wasn't selling that much for most of the year, so I didn't make that much money. Hopefully this year I can make much more money. If you're going to want to print a similar report from Amazon Seller Central, what you're going to want to do is go over to Seller Central, click on reports again, hit payments. In the payments section, you want to go to date range reports. You want to hit generate report, and then there you want to pick the dates January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2021. You want the entire year. This report is going to have a lot of the same information you see on the Inventory Lab's profit and loss. So you're going to see your income, you're going to see your expenses. It's going to be broken down by product sales. You're going to have shipping credits, you're going to have your fees. It's going to have all that similar information. Now, the only thing that's not included on Seller Central's report is additional expenses and your cost of goods. So for instance, if you're paying for Keepa, you're paying for Inventory Lab, Tactical Arbitrage, any of these softwares that you might use to help you run your Amazon business, that is not going to be tracked in Seller Central. It is tracked on Inventory Lab because you could have monthly recurring expenses put in every month once you sign up for that program. And similar to the last report that I was showing you, it's not going to have your cost of goods because you don't put that into Seller Central when you're sending in new products. For your cost of goods, hopefully over the last year you've been tracking all your expenses manually, and you could use that to show your expenses for your cost of products. Also, as I was saying, if you're spending money on any other additional softwares to run your business, you want to make sure you have receipts for that. Don't forget as well, business expenses include things like boxes and packing tape and bubble wrap and all those small things that you use to run your business. So all that needs to be tracked. If you're using Inventory Lab, it's very easy to do. If you don't have Inventory Lab, then you're going to simply have to track it manually and make sure you get all that together in order to give that to a CPA or to do your taxes yourself. Another thing you could claim on your income taxes when you're running a business like an Amazon business is actually the miles you drive to go either sourcing or to drop off packages. The way I personally track my mileage is after I'm done either sourcing or dropping off a package or doing anything business-wise, is I just take a picture of my odometer and then I take those miles, and then there's actually a section in Inventory Lab if you go to accounting, and then you could hit mileage and you could add all these miles in. Then at the end of the year, you go to mileage, advanced search from, and then pick January 1st to December 31st, and you can take all those miles and again print it out in a report for your CPA. If you are doing this manually, then you have to do similar to what I'm doing, where you track the miles after your trips, and then you just got to put it in an Excel sheet and again hand it to your CPA or put it in yourself. Honestly, I think Inventory Lab is one of the #1 programs I'd recommend for any Amazon seller that's taking this somewhat seriously. The amount of information you can provide to Inventory Lab and to have it all put together in one place just makes it so much simpler to keep track of all this. In order to file your taxes this year, the very first thing you're going to want is your 1099-K, which is provided by Amazon and will give you a good breakdown of all your income that they paid you. From there, you're going to want your end of year valuation to show your cost of goods that you have left at Amazon at the end of the year. You want to pull a profit and loss statement to show all your fees and expenses, plus all your other income for your Amazon business. Finally, you want to keep track of your mileage because that is a tax deduction, which helps you save a little bit of money. After you have all those documents, as I said in the beginning of the video, either you could hire a CPA, which I personally recommend, or you could try doing your taxes yourself. If after watching this video, you're very interested in using Inventory Lab because you didn't use it last year, then definitely check out this video I did about a full review of Inventory Lab. If you found this at all helpful, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions or if you think I missed anything. As always, thanks for watching.